Hello everyone. I hope I'm going live. I'm just going to wait a minute or two before we start. I hope you can see me all right. I'm just going to check. Hold on. Are we live, sweetheart? Okay. Okay. I had to check. So today we're going to be, first of all, hi, in case you didn't know, I'm Penny Hauffe at pennypaint.com, blah, blah, blah. And today I'm going to be showing you how to pour paint. So I think the first thing about pouring paint is it already sounds kind of messy. So take off your sparkly gear. Probably take off your excess jewelry. I don't know what you consider excess, but I think I probably went a little over the top with this morning. Okay, and try and find a shirt or something, a smock or something to wear, maybe like this one that has the sleeves rolled up so that you can't see all the paint disasters that have happened on them already. Okay, so I'm going to move the camera so that you can get a glimpse of the desk that I'll be working at, and I hope that works. Give me a moment. That's just our ceiling. Hold on. Yes, it's almost like I practiced this. Okay, so let's just enlarge that a little. There you go. Splendid. Okay. Generally, when I've got newspaper on a surface, I try to make sure that it's not showing the comics or the obits. People get far too interested. Okay, so here's our workspace, and we're going to be pouring paint. So, of course, you want to know what are the supplies that we need now that we're dressed appropriately for our exciting adventure. Let me see. The kinds of paints that are useful for this are paints that come in little bottles that are really wet paints. You can hear them in there. They're really sloshy. Okay, so any kind of non-toxic acrylic paint. These are by Craft Smart. Oop, there we go, Craft Smart acrylic. Some of them are for outdoor or indoor, but I don't know why they're patio paints especially. I have used these outside and they last a good long time. But any sort of liquidy paint in a bottle will do. Okay, let's put those little dudes over there. So we've got all these paints. We've got a paper cup to put them in. What are we going to pour them onto? So usually I grab somebody like Phil and I put paint on him, but pouring paint on your husband is not always, it's not always easy to get off. And anyway, he's otherwise occupied. He said he needed to go and watch something on Facebook today. Can't think what that might be. Anyway, so we're thinking about what should we pour our paint onto. I made this frog. I made this little frog out of Sculpey some time ago. Glow-in-the-dark Sculpey as it happens. And I thought, oh, I'd love to make a bunch of these little fellows or ladies or whatever they might be. And anyway, I wanted to make a bunch of them, so I decided to make a mold. And as they say, here's one I made earlier. I made a mold out of silicone, which is really fun. As you can see, it sort of looks like a frog. And then I made a mother mold out of plaster of Paris. None of these are things you need to do. I'm just explaining something that is part of my process for one of our paint pouring examples. I did not intend to show mold making today. Maybe another day. Okay, so anyway, I made this mold and I made a little stand for it to go on. And I want to make, basically I want to make a plaster version of this. So what I like to do is take this little jar, yes, and and using plaster of, whoa, that's a big bag, plaster of Paris, or just plaster maybe, and maybe it's plaster of Paris when it's on that fabric, I'm not quite sure. Okay, yes, you thought you were being instructed today by a professional something, but no, professional painter, but yes, I'll leave it at that, shall I? Okay, so I've got some water here, and I'm going to add some of it to the plaster. Whoa, that's probably a lot. And gosh, I hope I'm going to clean this teaspoon later. But for right now, it's making a marvelous stirring implement for my plaster and water. Yum! Basically, I'm showing you all these things good because pouring paint doesn't take an awfully long time. And I wanted to show you a variety of skills. So anyway, here's some plaster. This is fabulous stuff. Oh, look at that. Gosh, it looks edible, but don't eat it. It does not smell edible. Okay, so we're going to take this plaster and pop it in this mold. You know, now that I think of it, you could use molds that you would use for baking, actually, particularly silicone molds for chocolate. Whoa, that's a bit overambitious. Put that back in there. Okay, little froggy. All right, so the cool thing about plaster is it's relatively inexpensive. You can pop it in a mold, and it sets very quickly. However, it does take a while to cure enough to paint on it. So once again, taking a leaf out of Julia Child's book, here's one I made earlier. So anyway, I tidied up that fellow. I'm putting him over there. He can dry. Ta-da! It's like a little miracle. All right, so here's our little froggy made of plaster. And he's going to be one of the things we pour paint onto. He doesn't know what's coming. All right, so the cool thing about pouring the paint is that it's so liquidy, it just slides off of whatever surface you're using. But this is why we've got newspaper down on the table. Although, frankly, I've never cared for this table, so a little bit of paint would probably improve it. Nevertheless, one of the things that is helpful in this procedure is, I made that sound medical, didn't I? Procedure. Anyway, here's a little cap from a water bottle, and I'm going to put little froggy on top. And the main reason for this is that I want the paint to slide right off the little fella, and it'll be much easier if he's suspended above the surface. Otherwise, the paint will dry and adhere him permanently to the legal notices. Okay, so here's the fun bit with color. It's all fun, but the bit with color is super. I picked these colors. I can't really say why particularly. I just like these together. Let me just say that for the best results, colors that are fairly different in lightness, darkness, but also a little bit contrasty work well. So blue and orange are contrasting colors. So they're kind of the base of this mix. And then the others are like colors to the blue and orange. So that's my color theory reasoning behind this choice. Here is our paper cup. Little froggy, you just have to live over there for a second. This is the bit that's so great. Okay, so I've tried to figure out best how to do these in an order where I could somehow magically control the outcome a little better. To heck with that, let's just put them in there. I was thinking like the second to last color you pour seems to be the one that sort of shows up the most. But let's just do this and find out. So with this paper cup and the color, this is the part where you'll be happy that I recommended wearing clothing that you don't really care about, because what happens to me is I get overconfident, I start pouring in the color, and before you know it, this horrible sound happens. And then before you know it, that paint is all over you. Which is fine, but you want to save some of it for the art project. You can tell that I didn't pour very much in there, just a splidge. Yes, another technical term, a splidge. I'm going to put a splodge on top of that. Ooh, it's already getting quite exciting in there. And then, how about a dab? Let's do a dab of this fella. Whoa, yellow, fun times. Okay, and then, oh, hi Acorn. My dog has come to see what's going on in here. She reckons it's all exciting, and it is. Okay, so there you go, blue, yum. I was going to say don't try this at home, but actually, no, I want you to try this at home. It just looks so good right now. I think I'll just leave it as it is. No, let's just put a little orange. Ooh, so that is, I think, quite scintillating. And if you rotate the cup a little, you'll see that those colors start to get really hairy. Okay, so let's, I don't know what that means. Okay, let's put our little frog over here, because we'll have another thing to pour paint onto. I hope that shows all right for you. Okay, and here it goes. Oh, it's really dramatic and exciting. Oh, here he goes, Ed. Oh my Lord. Okay, wow. Orange. Wow, blue, turquoise, yellow. I'm just gonna keep pouring, because that, oh my. That's really something. Okay, wow, oh my. Yes, so anyway, there's still a frog under there. The cup really looks fabulous. I really want to use all of that, but he's already coated, and I have, oh wait, no, wait, watch the toe. Watch the toe. I see a toe trying to get away with it. There you go. So try and look around your little figure, whatever you might have. Oh, by the way, so I didn't explain this. If you'd like me to provide you with a plaster frog to do this with, please contact me through Facebook or my website. So pennypaint.com or Penny Hauffe on Facebook. And if you live in the Leesburg area, I'll make one for you, just the blank plaster frog, and you can come pick up the little dude. And what I'd really love is for you to later then share a photo of your super painted frog, your super drippy, poured paint frog, or you can just paint him any old way you want to. You know, I won't judge. If you don't want to use my fabulous technique, I'll just cry in a corner. Okay, so I used a toothpick there to try and clean off the overhanging drippy paint bits. But I think he looks like $1 million. I'm not sure what $1 million looks like, but if that's it, I want some of that. So that frog will have to dry for about, I don't know, the rest of my natural life, I guess. No, actually, about a day and a half, because it's super heavy paint, and the saddest thing you could do is think, I wonder if it's dry yet. And then get your little putty prints all over it, your little fingerprints all over it. But I enjoyed this so much, I'd like to make another. And instead of pouring it on a frog, I think it would be fun to take this little bit of canvas board. So it has canvas on one side, and it's just a basically cardboard cut into a very irregular rectangle by myself. I'm not quite sure what I was thinking there, but it's supposed to be a rectangle. Again, a lid from a plastic something or other. And I've picked another, a different variety of colors for you for this one, based on the idea that red and green are opposites. I went with a pink and green as a main sort of color combo, and then I added these other guys, gals. Anyway, so greens and a purple and a white. I don't really feel the white. I'm going to put that over there. Okay, so again, a cup, I know you love this bit. Don't say you don't. I know you love it. All right. Okay. And going to use a little more paint this time. I don't really need to. I just want to. They're cheap paints. I think they're only like $1. I don't know, $1.25 for. Let's alternate. Let's alternate cool and warm colors. $1 something per tube or less even. Okay, wait, what did we do? Oh, I put the green, I put the pink. Okay, let's go back to a sort of an emeraldy green. Doesn't that look gorgeous? This is like mixing kale and pomegranate. Not really. Okay, and how about some purple? Because purple is the color that makes us all happy. A little lilac-y purple. Wow, I am loving that. Okay, and that's a sort of a disappointing green, but let's try it. Let's try it. Maybe it'll be the sort of the sober color that will make all the others look like wild party animals. Okay, I don't know what anyway, don't always know what I'm saying. Okay, so there they are. Oh, it looks good, doesn't it? So this time we're going to pour this onto our canvas. This is the bit where you're grateful that you remember to put a piece of paper towel, around here somewhere, because the best way to get this canvas to work and look fabulous is to tilt it. You know, it looks so good in the cup. What the heck happened here? Okay, wait, I'm gonna do something. Well, let's just tilt it first and see. I really like that light green color, and I'm kind of thinking, where'd it go? It must be under here somewhere. So I'm gonna tilt this canvas in different directions, and as you can see, whoa. The light green that was sort of earlier on in my, oops, let's do it so you can see it. How about that? I hope I don't get any on the frog. That would be most unfortunate. Wow, that is some drippy stuff. So you can see that as I tilt it, at some point I'm going to get it all over my fingers. And so once again, yes, good to have some paper towel around. I hope you're taking notes, because I'm not sure that I really went through all the things you need at the start. Okay, at this point, I really want some of that light green to get back in there. So I'm going to sneak some in here, back into the cup. Yes, things are working now. Look at that hand, starting to get mucky. Okay, and I'm going to swirl that around in the cup. I hope you can see that. And I'm going to add some more to my canvas. Come on, little fella. And maybe I'm going to grab that spoon and get more of this out of here. Whoa. Oh yeah. Now things are getting quite exciting. Yum. Yum. Looks like, I'm not sure what it looks like. We're not really going to dwell on that. What I love about these is that you never really know how it's going to turn out. Oh, here it goes, on my hands, on my hands, on my hands. Oh, it's such a mess, such a mess. And then this, here, let me see if I can do it so you can see it. This is going to be the fun bit where all the light green gets all mixed in with the, whoa. Now I'm liking, it's my perpetual battle between green and purple. I love them both. And I just want them to be sort of equally represented, yes. Okay, so I'm going to leave this alone soon because, because it just looks so fabulous already. So that obviously creates, let me just do this with my finger. Missed a bit, missed a bit, missed a bit. Yum. So I'm going to leave that as it is. And let it dry for the same amount of time as our little froggy friend is going to dry. And what you can do with this afterwards is you can, let's say, make a mask. You can make a drawing on a piece of paper, use double-sided tape to glue that down onto your background, spray the whole thing or paint the whole thing in, let's say, black, and then peel off your mask, leaving a really cool shape with all these beautiful colors, making it up. A student of mine did that with a kind of shape of a gecko, and it looked really cool. Other things that you can do with these, my goodness, what a mess I've made. That's fun. Okay, other things that you can do with these poured projects. Let me see. Here's a pebble I poured a couple weeks ago. He's a fun little thing. Whoop, here's another frog. Whoa, here's another frog. Oh, here's a frog that Phil, my husband, did. Very, very cute. And if you really go crazy and combine all those things, you could make something most unusual. This artwork I made using plaster, poured pebbles, a poured frog, and I made that little bug out of beads. So you can combine these weird art forms in all different kinds of ways. I hope you've enjoyed that pouring paint lesson. And what I did want to remind you of is, yes, please get in touch with me if you'd like a plaster frog that you'd like to pour yourself. Then we can make billions of these and plant them all around the world. You can write little messages on them like, you are loved, or be happy, or I'm thinking of you, or stay safe, stay well. Okay, but what I also wanted to remind you of is to tune in, please, next Saturday at noon for a live performance of The College of Your Choice, a 10-minute play by celebrated Loudon playwright Meredith Bean McMath. My husband Phil Erickson and myself will be playing the roles, and we would love to have you join us. Thanks, and have a super afternoon, and get busy pouring some paint.